look at this. I mean, okay, let me ask you this. How much time did you spend on the "You Are Dead" screen?
Okay, the reason I suck at this game is because Leon sucks as a character, okay?
Hey! I mean, he rescues me, and he's really handsome, too.
Okay, I would kill for some steroids so I could play as Chris Redfield.
What, so you want your arms to be bigger than your head? Really?
Well, excuse me, I'm the president's daughter.
Excuse you, princess.
Oh, God, this is going to be a long episode. Alright guys, welcome to the next episode, the latest episode of Rated M. Here I am with the lovely Rina-chan. Not only is she a really, really big and passionate gamer, she's also a voice actress and a chronic cosplayer.
Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm dressed as Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4.
And I am not. Start things off real quick. What made you decide to get into voice acting in the first place?
Well, I actually first got into it. I used to play DDR all the time. I grew up in Alaska, so there wasn't any voice acting work up there, obviously. And I would go and play DDR, and some of my friends were showing me these things they did, like Flash movies on Newgrounds, or, you know, things like that. I don't even think they had YouTube back then, but I could be wrong. And I was like, oh, this looks really fun. How can I get into it? And so they linked me to a couple sites where people could just do things online, you know, for free and stuff, like just for animators or producers looking, you know, to do something for fun. So I started auditioning. I was not very good at first.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to some of my old auditions. I was like, yeah, but I started getting a few parts, and then I went to newgrounds.com, and, you know, there aren't a lot of girls on that site, or at least there weren't at the time, so I said, hey, I'm a female voice actress, I'm available to do some work for your Flash movies, just let me know if you're interested. And the more stuff I did, the more people started contacting me, and, you know, I've just been getting my work out there. This was since about 2004, so I was 16 when I first started.
Nice. So Newgrounds is how you basically broke into, like, voice acting?
Pretty much. I was involved with a few different sites, and I have my own as well, but that didn't come until later.
Okay, what are some of the projects you've been involved with over the years?
Oh, well, my most famous one was probably Metal Gear Awesome. I did the voice of Meryl, and a lot of people know me for that one. I mean, I still get a lot of messages saying, hey, I really like what you did for Ego Raptor's Flash movie, can you voice act for me? Yeah, sure. And it's funny because I'm like the unofficial voice of Meryl now, I guess, and I just did her in that one thing. Like, I don't even think I make a good Meryl, but if other people think so, then awesome.
Right.
And I'm the creator of Brawl Taunts. I did not animate them, but I wrote the scripts, I came up with the concept and the ideas, and I did a bunch of voices myself for those. And professionally, I was in a couple of DS games. I was in a 360 game called Castle Crashers.
Oh, everybody knows that one.
And I got into that through Newgrounds, actually, because Tom Fulp, who's the owner of the site, is part of the Behemoth, which is the company that made the game. So
who do you play in Castle Crashers?
All the princesses and Medusa, who is a snake boss.
Nice. And what are the games you're on, and what other games were you on, basically?
One of them was called Luminous Arc 2, which I just finished playing. Well, I finished playing except for the final boss fight. The final boss, Alicia, is like ridiculously hard. And here's the thing, I voice Alicia. So I'm staring at my DS and I'm like, why can't I kill you? I hate you. But then I voice her, so it's like, and then I'm using the other character I voiced, Karen, to try to kill her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, tell me, who are some of your voice acting inspirations?
There's so many. I mean, I'm a fangirl of David Hayter. I mean, what girl isn't who has played Metal Gear Solid, you know what I mean?
He's also a writer.
Yeah. I met him twice. I met him at the Metal Gear 4 launch and at Anime Expo, and, you know, acted like a ridiculous fangirl both times, but it was worth it. I mean, he'd seen Metal Gear Awesome, so he knew who I was.
Nice.
Because he's like, hotness, I want to bang you. I'm like, David Hayter just said hotness, I want to bang you. Does not compute.
Did you prefer working on some projects more than others?
Oh, that's really hard. Castle Crashers was so much fun. And I just got a Facebook update, and they said that almost 1 million people have played the game. So I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, that game is way too addictive for its own good.
I also had internet series that I worked on for a little while before it was canceled, and I really enjoyed that one. It was called Bonus Stage, and I played a few of the female characters. A lot of people actually hated my voice in it because the character I played, Ellie, was originally voiced by the show's creator. He pitched up his own voice to, you know, sound like a girl, and a lot of people were like, oh, I like his version better, you know, because they got used to that voice. I came in around episode 75, and they're like, what? A real girl is voicing her? No, we can't have... This is bad. And I don't know. And he wanted to change up the voice, too, from how he had been doing it, so the whole fact that she sounded completely different threw a lot of viewers off, but I had so much fun working on that show.
That's interesting. Let's go through, like, just pick a project and tell us how it was like, you know, going in, how it was done, stuff like that.
It's pretty much the same for all the games that I've recorded for. You go in and you don't know what you're going in for. So, you know, a lot of people, when they criticize the voice acting in games, say, oh, this didn't sound like the original, you know, they didn't keep... It's like, we don't get a chance to play the game before we go in. We don't even know what we're recording for. So you go in, and sometimes they don't even tell you the name of the project if it's super confidential.
Really?
Yeah, so, I mean, I remember when I was recording for, I think it was Luminous Arc 2, or it could have been Neverland Card Battles. Like, I didn't know what the game was called. They just said, here's your character, here's what you're doing, and I was like, I wonder what this is. So, yeah, and you know, you can't talk about it until the game comes out generally, so it's really hard because I'm like, I want to tell everyone. I imagine if I ever get in a really big game, it will be hard.
Let's go back to Luminous Arc real quick, because that is published by Atlas, and we at gamesandme are big fans of their work, and specifically like the Persona series, and especially the voice acting of those games. So tell us some more, like, specifically of what it was like going into Atlas offices.
Oh, I also did another Atlas game called Eternal Poison. I played a character named Marie, but for my knowledge, she wasn't a very big character. I didn't get a chance to play the game myself. But it's actually, I did not go into Atlas. I did not record there. They outsourced it to another studio, and that's who cast me and contacted me. I mean, there were obviously representatives from Atlas there, and they were supervising everything, but you know, it's not like Atlas hired me directly or like I got to go there. And, you know, that's a common misconception. People say all the time, oh, I want to work for Capcom. I'm going to send my demo to Capcom. It's like, they're not going to cast you, you know? They hire outside agencies or studios to do so.
And is it usually just you in there, or are other actors in there as well? It's just you,
and then the director and the sound engineer and the supervisors from Atlas or whatever company you're working for are on the other side, and you have your script, and they tell you what to do. I mean, you read the lines, you get a description of your character. In the case of most of the games I did, I got to hear the Japanese voice, so I knew like what I was going for. And
you can approximate the
tone. And I speak Japanese, so that really helps too for understanding what the original emotion was.
Gotcha. Alright guys, see if you could guess which voices Rina-chan has done. Let's start with one she's actually done. See if you could identify which characters these are.
Help me! Help! There are bombs there. Ace! Moose! Come on, let's fight this battle! Finally I get to meet a real man! Way to go, Ivysaur! You can do it, Squirtle! Up the butt, Charizard!
If you thought that was hard, let's make it a bit easier for you. These are some characters that she hasn't done, but are quite popular. So let's see if you could guess which ones they are. Go.
It's small, as usual. Tacoons is a lot bigger, Pyon. To protect the world from devastation. There are some things in this world better off not knowing. Yakuretsu! Ya! Hosenka! Ikimasu! Psycho Boru! Psycho Boru! I like to spam that move, by the way.